The fallout from the capture of former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro continues. While few images are coming out of the country, reports say there's a tense quiet on the streets of the capital, Caracas. The Ministry of Justice has posted a video and 3 images on Instagram. The Interior Minister is shown with armed security force members touring the streets of Caracas. In the video, they can be seen shouting, "Loyal always, traitors never." With still no clarity on Washington's plans moving forward, the Venezuelan government is keen to project a sense of both calm and control. All right, I want to go now to our correspondent, Felipe Abundano. He is at the border between Colombia and Venezuela for us. Felipe, I know you've been at the border now for several days. Talk to me about the concerns that this latest upheaval could possibly lead to another wave of Venezuelans trying to leave the country.
Hi, Brand. Yes, we have been here for several days. As you can see, the border is still militarized by the Colombian government that is trying to keep 4 bridges that connect Venezuela with Cucuta, the city closer to the border, open. And they're trying to keep everybody here safe. They have deployed over 40,000 effectives, including those tanks that are behind me. And the idea is to whatever or whoever wants to cross the border can do it now. Some of the people that we have been talking to have decided to cross now because they fear that at some point the border will be closed. And when they tell us about Caracas, it's really like they've been really nervous. Yesterday there was some gunfire in the Miraflores Palace. This because of anti-air guns that were attacking supposedly some drones. We don't have confirmation of who were using the drones, but there's a speculation that maybe the Venezuelan system was the one that was using the drones and they were attacking themselves. What they told us here is that they are fearing more actions in the next days.
Yeah, let me ask you too, what are you hearing about the situation from inside Caracas? I understand there are reports that the police patrolling the streets in Caracas are confiscating civilians' cell phones, for example. What are you hearing?
Yeah, we hear that. We also hear that some journalists that were working yesterday in Caracas has been attacked by the military or the collectives, those that are trying to defend the government now, and the material was confiscated and erased, and then they were liberated. The same thing happened in the cities next to us, in the border. Some over 14 journalists were detained. Their material was erased, and then they were freed. People believe that the Chavismo is still operating as usual, and there is no guarantees of safety or respect for human rights at the moment in Venezuela.
Felipe, can you give us a sense of how people are reacting to the interim president, Delcy Rodriguez? How is she handling this situation?
Well, people have high expectations of this shift in the government. They even have a party a couple of days ago here in the bridge because they were believing that the country will be free now. Now that the Delcy Rodriguez has been positioned, they seem to believe that everything is going to be happening the same. Some of them have advanced their reclaims to liberate some people that are still being detained in Venezuela, including Colombians and maybe other people from other nationalities. They want the new government to start at least with a clean sheet on that moment, that they can free their people and maybe have a calmer life in Venezuela. But the government has not made any promise about this. They are focusing at the moment in acknowledging what Washington wants from them.
I want to remind our viewers, you are at the border between Venezuela and Colombia. So a question about the situation in Colombia. Since Maduro's capture, U.S. President Trump, he has also put Colombian President Gustavo Petro on notice. How is that going down in Colombia?
Well, you can see the feeling that some of us are really scared that this is going to happen, that the United States is going to fulfill that threat. Tomorrow, there are some meetings that have been convocated by the President Gustavo Petro in order to support their beliefs and to support their government. They believe that Colombia has made an effort in fighting against drug dealers and that have been a victim of the same drug dealers for a long time. But these military operations is kind of switching the way that people perceive the United States. Some believe that Gustavo Petro must be taken out because they are contrary to their positions, but others believe that Gustavo Petro was elected democratically and his government should be respected.
Our correspondent Felipe Abundano at the border between Colombia and Venezuela with the latest tonight. What's happening on both sides of that border? Felipe, thank you.